Today's podcast is brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. If your property gets damaged by a storm, it's nice to know there's a Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance agent in your hometown who's committed to making things right. Rain or shine, you can count on the great coverage and personal service you expect from Kentucky's insurance company. To request a free quote, find your local KFB insurance agent at mykfbagent.com. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
I'm good. We're here at the Kentucky Farm Bureau annual meeting. This is our second, I believe, of our podcast.
The days run together.
Yeah, it's a busy time, but we're on our second one of these and have a cool guest today. But we were going to talk a little bit about this guest is getting to go to American Farm Bureau annual meeting, and because they are a winner. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to ask you, do you have a fun American Farm Bureau annual meeting story? Maybe for some of the listeners, I guess I don't think most people know what it is. Maybe describe kind of what is American Farm Bureau?
Yeah, so American Farm Bureau is kind of our national, we are a member, Kentucky Farm Bureau is a member of American Farm Bureau. So all of the states, Puerto Rico are all members. And so we go there, and what a lot of people don't know, and we'll learn more of this. We've heard more of it from Kyle, I'm sure, in other episodes. But we do the exact same policy process we do here. We take those same AFBF policy pieces. They have a book. And so Mr. Melton and Shane and Larry, the whole gang, go up to D.C. and do the same thing. So when we go to American Farm Bureau convention, we have the fun things and the contests, and then we do resolutions. So they also have a policy book, so their lobbyists can work on behalf of the farmers. So But I say all that to say that's where my favorite's a strong word. My most unique AFBF story is. So I've been to 4 or 5, however many it's been now. I'll be here 5 years in about a month. So my first one was Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Thrilling excitement, of course, that I got to go to Atlanta, woohoo. So everybody's telling me how fun these are. We went to Hawaii one time, all these things. My first year we're in Atlanta. So it's freezing, and everyone the entire way there is like, hey, the last time we were in Atlanta, the snow came, ice,
yeah.
And people were fighting in a vending machine for food. Like, it was I think
rough.
It's become dramatic.
Lord of the Flies kind of stuff. It was getting wild.
People are getting like, it's that fish story, this is getting bigger by the second. So I'm going in thinking this is going to be the worst thing ever. The only plus is that Georgia is in the college football national championship. And I'm like, well, maybe it'll be fun. Just in case anyone cares, they weren't that fun. They won and nothing happened. So I was like, all right, well, you guys are boring. But anyway, the funny part of the story is my first AFBF. So I go to that business session, and the staffers sit in the back. So myself and Kyle Kelly and we're all back there, and we had all gone to dinner the night before, and that morning they're just not feeling well. And I'm like, we all went to the rooms at the same time. Like, I don't understand why you guys don't feel well. So I give him a bottle of water. I'm giving him Advil. Like, I don't think anything of it. Him and Taylor Jones, if he's a listener, he was there too. There's a couple of us that all gone watch a ball game and gone back to the room early because we had this business session. Like, we'd all behaved. We were good kids. And then about a week later, I find out that all of us have COVID. So we had all sat in this tiny room, and there wasn't enough seats. Just the worst. And we're all just bundled up, sharing books and water bottles, taking Advil. I'm thinking we've all just got some crud from the hotel. Nah. All of us got COVID. So that was my first one. The most fun we've ever had, though. I mean, we try to go see something ag-related or see something neat while we're there. And so whether it's been San Antonio, Puerto Rico, we've always gotten a chance to do that. So AFBF is a pretty good time. But you've been to many more than I have.
We kind of went back and forth. We've always had at least 2 video guys. So one of us would go. Sometimes both of us would go. I have no idea what the number is, but this annual meeting, our Kentucky Farm Bureau, this is my 20th annual meeting. 20th. So, so I don't know, probably anywhere from 12 to 15 of them, I'd say. And I don't know, probably my favorite. I mean, locations matter a lot, Some of the locations are kind of like, okay, that's fine, but some are pretty cool. Went to Hawaii on one of them, which is pretty rough. Went to the Puerto Rico Farm Bureau.
Puerto Rico's a good one.
That was cool. I don't know. I really enjoyed San Diego. With my wife went with me on that, and we kind of went down the coast a little bit of free time here and there throughout the event. But I really enjoyed trying the food. Particularly, the American Farm Bureau event goes to New Orleans quite a bit, and to get real gumbo Cajun food, and I know that's your world a little bit.
That's my people.
Yeah. It's
not New Orleans, Louisiana. We don't. Yeah, not New Orleans.
Yeah, we have one of those gumbo places there, whatever it was called in Louisville. That's not what we're talking about here.
Not
so,
the same.
But yeah, I really like that. Just trying the learn a little about the town. I think you said that too. It's just getting out and kind of learning about where you're at. Puerto Rico's really neat, going to old San Juan and the fort there and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun, and it's neat to see, how much Farm Bureau is the same at kind of like at every level. You know what I mean?
It really is.
It really is. It's like county level. It's just, there's 30 people there and they're doing their policy thing. Then you go to our annual meeting, there's 2,000 people here with 800 folks, doing their thing. And then you go to the national one, and it's a whole different level, So it's just really neat to see all that, and then also just see our people compete and win quite often. We've won a lot of the young farmer contests at the national level. We might have one who's joining us today that has a shot. I think.
We are fingers and toes crossed. We're very excited. Our guest today is Brandon Gilles, Daviess County, and he is an excellence in ag competitor. So he won in the state. He is one of the few at this annual meeting that did not have to come nervous because he already knew he won. So some of the competitions are chosen after that July summer outing when they compete, but that's one of his, and some of them find out here. But very excited for Brandon. He has been to Farm Bureau annual meetings before, which is a good thing. So hopefully maybe that part's not as bad, but we are flying all the way to California. So we'll have a little jet lag, but he's going to compete for us out there. And you guys are going to get to know him today. He's a great guy, great family.
Yeah, great family. A guy that is an example of how you can be in part of Farm Bureau, and his family's big ag family, a lot right in on the farm. But he works outside the farm also, and that's kind of why he won excellence in ag, is his exposure in that kind of world. And he's just a good example of how you could still have your voice heard, still be an advocate, still be a part of this organization. So I think people really like him. He's super, like, the nicest guy and likable guy ever, too. We could have kept recording. I mean,
we literally just all have to go to dinner. It's the only reason we had to cut us off. So
yeah. So I think folks are going to like him a lot.
All right, so without further ado, I'm Renee Carrico.
And I'm Matt Hilton.
Let's get rural. You're open to aliens?
Sure, why not?
Is that the opening today?
Yeah, let's do it.
How we feel about aliens?
Somebody starts listening, they're like, this is the wrong podcast.
And when you speak about aliens, definitely you want to go right into excellence in ag. So we have our winner today. Thank you for joining us here in the makeshift podcast studio here at the annual meeting. All right?
Yeah, I love it. We're here.
Yeah, we're here. We're in the media room interviewing Brandon here. So thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about you and where you come from and your family. You got a big Farm Bureau family, a family of folks that are part of us. So tell us a little about you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me here today. So winning the Excellence in Ag Award, just thank you to Farm Bureau. An honor would be an understatement. So this is very humbling to receive this award. There's been a lot of really good people that's come before me and a lot of other people that I can attribute to winning this award to. A little bit of background about myself. I work in Owensboro, Kentucky. That's where I live. That's where I was born and raised. Grew up on a row crop beef, cattle, and tobacco farm. My dad and older brother both farm full time, and myself and my other siblings, I have a younger brother and a younger sister, and we all have different responsibilities that we're on the farm with. And so we all work in a part-time role within the farm operation. And full-time, I work at Farm Credit Mid-America, lead our crop insurance team across the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, so how does it feel to win? You get to represent Kentucky later on in a big way, go across the country. So tell us a little about winning and how'd that feel?
It felt really great. So it's just an opportunity to be able to represent the state of Kentucky and all the farmers and rural communities across the state of Kentucky. So I'm really looking forward to representing those folks in Anaheim. It's one of those things where it's kind of crazy to be recognized for something that you really enjoy doing. So it's one of those things that with the Excellence in Ag, it's just an opportunity for us to promote young farmers across the state of Kentucky that may not be on the farm in a full-time capacity. So it's those people that, like myself, that are really passionate about advocating for agriculture and advocating for our farmers across the Commonwealth.
Yeah, so as a middle of five, as our listeners well know, a large family, I can completely relate to the fact that it's neat to have an award for those of us, whether you're a big family or a small family, there's not always room for everyone to come back and do this thing full time. And so I think a lot of people talk about young farm family or different things, but just because you don't have that opportunity doesn't mean you don't want to, or doesn't mean that you're not integrally involved. And so I do think it's cool having you on here. I've known the Gillises, gosh, my whole life, whether it was at the bull sale in Union County or whether we were judging cattle at y'all's house as kids. I kind of grew up a couple hours away from you all, but I think it's a cool full circle, and we call it a Farm Bureau moment, but it's a full circle farming moment of kind of how you all have gone your own way and then all have come back, really, which is really neat. So maybe talk through kind of some of your educational background. Where did you think you would be? Did you think you would be back working in the ag sector right down the road from the farm, or did you think you would be across the country doing something different?
So that is a really good question. You know, kind of growing up, it's like many other farm families where we're a very close-knit family. We grew up all working together on the farm. So it's one of those things where you kind of get that dirt in your blood. And so it was something I always knew I wanted to have the opportunity to come back and be close to the farm if I couldn't come back in a full-time capacity. So maybe in the future that's in the cards, but right now this works out best for our family and for me individually. And so it's one of those opportunities that without having the family that I have, I feel like I wouldn't be able to accomplish and be where I'm at today. And so they're very supportive of me and very supportive in all the organizations and involvement that I have across the state of Kentucky in ag and other organizations that I'm involved with. So our family as a whole, we try to stay involved in the agriculture community, and that's something that we're all very passionate about. So again, this award it's very humbling to receive it. I'm very excited to receive it, very excited to represent the state of Kentucky, but it's one of those things that definitely the family's been a big part of me and my success in that.
Yeah, so talk about your role. What exactly is that role at Farm Credit, and talk about kind of what you guys do, and then how did that relate to this award? I think maybe explain what is Excellence in Ag and how does that work for folks that don't really know what this is.
Absolutely. So my role at Farm Credit Mid-America is the insurance leader for the state of Kentucky. So I serve in that regional vice president capacity, where I have a group of 10 people across the state of Kentucky, where what we do is we review policies, we set up policies, make sure that a farmer's risk is really mitigated, to be able to make sure that we're able to secure their farming operation for the future and make sure that that's there for their family's legacy, to make sure that it makes it to that next generation. So that's a big part of what I've been passionate about. For crop insurance, I was part of the lending team, so I was able to work with a lot of young beginning farmers, help them buy their first farming operation, be able to kind of dip their feet into farming. And so that's something I've been passionate about, is not only advocacy, but the education side too. So that's something that I've always loved doing, is whether we're diving into a crop insurance policy or if we're working on financial statements for a farmer, it's really just educating them about the decisions that they make and how that may impact their operation. But when it comes down to it, it's all numbers, and just being able to work through that with the farmer to be able to explain that to them. So the Excellence in Ag Award, though, it's an award that it's being able to recognize those that are under the age of 35, that the majority of their income does not come from full-time farming. And so it's the opportunity to be able to recognize those people that are excellent in production, education, advocacy, and it's an opportunity for us to continue that legacy of leadership within the Farm Bureau organization, to be able to continue to provide that leadership for advocating for our farmers across Kentucky.
So I'm jumping back to the family piece because I'm lightening it up a little bit. We're talking all these awards and work. Matt, this is a UK family too. This is not just a Farm Bureau family. So
all right.
The whole fam went to UK, right?
Yes. So,
tailgating machines, Dance Blue. If you can think of UK, the Gillises were in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're myself and my three siblings, we're all first-generation college students. So neither one of my parents had the fortune of being able to go further their education. So that's something we're very proud of as a family, is being first-generation college students. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm very passionate about education and being able to educate those in the agriculture community and beyond about agriculture, is just being able to use the resources that I've received and was fortunate enough to receive by attending school and being able to share that with others around me. So, but no, we all did. We all went to UK. A few of us were in the College of Agriculture, not all of us, but we're very big Kentucky fans, and really big supporters of Kentucky football. It's been a little rough riding this last couple years, but I think we've got some opportunities in the future with some new leadership there. So it's one of those things that allows us to be connected to the university, and we're fortunate to have that opportunity too. So.
Cool. Yeah. So I have a Will Stein story.
Oh, come on.
I grew up. I'm a Trinity kid, so I grew up in Louisville.
Oh yeah.
And Matt Stein, Will's dad, was my coach at Our Lady of Lourdes. Okay. And he eventually did coach a little bit at Trinity. And we used to go literally in our neighborhood. We would go play ball in his backyard, and this little 3-year-old bulldog of a kid would come out and give us grief and wanted to play with all us high school kids, and that was Will Stein, who's now the head coach of UK, which is really wild. So I remember when he went to Louisville actually and played ball, that made me feel old. And now it's like, oh my gosh, he's the head coach of UK.
It's crazy to
so
think
pretty
that.
cool.
So,
So real sharp family, really big time football family. Matt was a player himself. Should be kind of fun. So yeah.
Well, I'll give Brandon props. We snagged a parking spot at Good Barn for the LSU UK game. What was that, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
We lost. But anyway, LSU lost. But we're all in purple and gold. And there are some people that are coming by. They're like, why are you here? How did you get this spot? Like, my poor husband is the only human in blue and white. And so all the Gilles clan comes over and comes to tell us hi. And they're like, we knew it was y'all from the minute we saw the purple and gold. It had to be y'all. So, no, we have a good time with it. But it's, I think that's part of y'all's story that I don't think a lot of people get, because maybe they know the bottom end of the kids. And so it seems like it's just a very college-oriented family, because maybe for, your brother and sister, it was that simple as it felt natural. But for the first two, it may not have. And so I think that first-gen story is another piece that's really neat. And the fact that you guys are getting to really create a culture in your family of that, that has to add to some of the I don't know, the get up to go with all this.
No, absolutely. So, it all goes back to parents and family, really. So just kind of growing up, parents, they instill that work ethic in you, and that's something that you carry through with you for the rest of your life. And so that's like so many other people here at Farm Bureau, is just that's the way they grew up, and that's what makes it so special, is that we're such a big community here at Farm Bureau across the state of Kentucky, and even at American Farm Bureau. At that level, we grow up differently than what a lot of other people may have the opportunity to grow up that we are surrounded with out in the community. And so that's an opportunity for us to be able to not only advocate for farmers, but really just kind of bridge that gap between urban and rural, and be able to have those conversations about where their food comes from. And that's something that everyone in my family is passionate about. Our family, we have an on-farm retail store that my older brother kind of runs and operates, but all of us have some type of opportunity to work within that store or work at the farmer's market. And so you get to work with people that are customers, and they're the consumers of our products that may be generations removed from the farm. So you get to have a lot of really neat conversations with those people, and really kind of get to educate them about what we do as farmers and how that food gets to their plate. So that's one of the things that I know a lot of us are really passionate about within the family, and it's really great to be able to have that.
So you're part of this contest, obviously, but you guys have been a part of a lot of things. I know your brother's part of LEAD right now, and I get to do some media training with LEAD, and it's always fun. So he was one that got picked to get to do the interview with me, but they did great. So talk about just that process for you. You're working on the farm, but how did you stay involved? And is that kind of a neat aspect that I think a lot of folks don't understand? Is like, you can be involved in Farm Bureau in these unique ways, and Excellence in Ag is a great example of that. But what are different things that you've been able to be a part of that maybe people don't? They think you have to be a full 100% farmer to be a part of Farm Bureau, and that's not necessarily true, right? No,
not necessarily. So it's an opportunity for us that are in the agriculture industry. And even those that aren't, we're seeing kind of a new demographic that's coming into Farm Bureau that they may not even be involved at their full-time career in agriculture. But this is a way for them to continue to advocate and educate for agriculture. I just kind of look in my own family. So my older brother, he's in the LEAD program. I was in the last class of LEAD. But I have a sister-in-law that she didn't grow up on a farming operation, but she was a discussion meet winner a couple years ago. So it's just really She's passionate about agriculture. That's something that she's kind of continued to grow within our family, and that's something that's really important. I have a brother-in-law. He didn't grow up on a farming operation either, and I know a brother-in-law and everything like that. Like you may have your own suggestions about that and have your questions about that, but he's even becoming more of an advocate for agriculture. So, and he's an engineer by trade. So it's just being able to kind of have that strong passion for that within the family has even allowed some of the new members of the family to continue to do that, and that's not a unique story to just our family. We're seeing a lot more of that, I feel like, here at Kentucky Farm Bureau and probably across the country too. So it's just a good opportunity. If you're passionate about agriculture, or if you have some type of ties to agriculture, like there's a good opportunity for you here somewhere at Farm Bureau to be able to advocate for agriculture and our farmers.
Excellent.
So one of my favorite things to talk about when I tell people about going to y'all's farm, and you talked about the Certified Farm Market Program or y'all's retail store. So y'all are a member of our program, and so we had a regional event at their at the store and at the farm. So they're close together, but it is a little walk or a short drive. And it always cracks me up the first time people go to y'all's place, and I just don't realize it because I grew up going there to judge at least every summer. There's a neighborhood right there. I mean, you're right. You feel like you are about to be in the middle of the city, and then you take a left-hand turn, and all of a sudden, there's the farm market, and there is a working farm. I mean, there's cattle, there's chickens. I mean, there's things happening right there. So talk through, I don't know, maybe how that all came around. How much of that was there when you were a kid? How much of it's grown around you? And how does that give you kind of some perspective? You guys do the farmers market. You do Burger Week in Owensboro. I mean, you have so many cool things where it's very urban-rural blend. Your farm might be the perfect example of what a good relationship can be when you work through those things. So kind of talk through that for me.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that that entrepreneurship that my older brother Jim that started the on-farm market there. Our dad, he started probably 25 years ago selling quarters, halves, and wholes of beefs off the farm. He was, I feel like, probably a trendsetter in a little bit of ways. And so we were able to see that. A lot of his consumers that were buying those beefs, they were wanting to have just individual cuts. And so my brother, whenever he came back from UK, he came back straight to the farm, and he wanted an opportunity to be able to try to find something to continue to supplement that farm income and be able to serve those consumers that want those individual cuts of beef. And so it's kind of grown it from there. As a family, it's just we're involved as far as any time that there needs to be something done with the market, it's being able to do that, whether that's working the farmer's market, working the store, whatever that may be. It's been great. But the education piece on the urban and rural side of things, it is that the neighborhood that's down the road from my family's operation was not there 15 years ago. So whenever we talk about urban sprawl, I know that was a discussion meet tonight, was the ability to be able to see what we can do for that. But it's just being good neighbors. So being able to be neighbors to those people that may come into you. So that was the landowner's decision to sell, to be able to develop that, and we respect that. And so it's the opportunity to be able to have somebody that's right across the road from where your farm operation is, to bring those people in. Don't be a bad neighbor and push them away. It's come see our operation. Like it's a great opportunity for us to be able to have people that are so close that they've kind of become families, because you have a lot of regulars that come from that neighborhood. They come in, they buy products, they know us all by name. They have their kids that come in. There's neighborhood kids that'll ride their bikes across the road to the farm, and they'll go and buy the thing that's really popular over the summer is the soft serve ice cream machine. So those kids that ride their bikes over, I don't know if their parents know that they're doing it, but they come over with change and everything else, and they'll buy soft serve ice cream, because that's part of the farm market, is being able to also highlight Kentucky Proud products and other producers in our area. That's something that's really important, is because, we're very good at growing beef, and we're good at other things we do. But there's other people that are in our community that are very good at growing produce, growing hogs, whatever that may be. It's being able to do that. And then just, again, highlighting even other producers that may not even be what we would consider close to us, but are still Kentucky producers, being able to find products that the consumers want and being able to promote those Kentucky Proud products is something that's been really rewarding from that project for sure.
Well, as the new county president, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you to give a quick shout out. You guys have a county activities of excellence over here, the community events, the farm to tables. You guys, whether it's you, your brother, the county itself, somebody in that Farm Bureau has been really an inaugural part of most of the long-standing events in Daviess County. And you guys kind of are. And I mean, I'm not saying that any county doesn't have their issues, but Daviess County is kind of a blueprint sometimes for how things can be if you want to work together and you find the right people that are willing to sit on a planning and zoning board or sit on or host a meeting or host a farm visit. And so as the new president, why don't you give us some quick shout out, maybe some cool events y'all have done or some cool things coming up, why you're excited to be president of Daviess County Farm Bureau.
Yeah, so it's again, a big honor to be elected the president of Daviess County Farm Bureau. We've had a long-standing tradition of a lot of good leaders that come through agriculture in our county and across our state and beyond. And so it's something that don't take lightly. One of the things that just being able to give a big shout out is we've that leadership from the past. They've created a lot of events. We've continued to enhance those over time. The most recent one that we've hosted was a legislative dinner. So we brought in a lot of our county, state elected officials. Congressman Brett Guthrie was in attendance as well. And so just being able to have an opportunity for our members to be able to come together, have discussions with our legislators and be able to talk to them about the issues that are close to us, and then allow them to kind of give an update of what they're experiencing, whether they're in Washington or at the State House in Frankfort. It's a good opportunity to be able to kind of, again, bridge that rural-urban divide. Owensboro's fairly unique is because it's a very ag-centric county, but we still have one of the larger cities in the state of Kentucky. So there's a lot of support from the urban side in Daviess County, and that's because of the leadership that's there in Daviess County agriculture. Those that are involved on the board at Farm Bureau, but then there's many farmers that they may not be on the board, but they're still active Farm Bureau members, and they're out in the community doing things too to promote agriculture. And so that's one of the things that I really love, and the opportunity to be able to lead our membership and be able to kind of come out with some different things that we're going to do in the future. They're hopefully going to come to fruition in the next 6 months. So I don't want to give any spoilers just yet.
The biggest question, are you guys going to defend your crown as the lip sync battle champions in the next?
Why didn't we lead off with this?
I know this is really. We did a story on this, and
we're going to put the link to that story in the show notes because it's
was
phenomenal.
Fantastic. It's a great event. Number one, we've done it before. We had actually an agent won it years ago.
Yes.
And so we went, and I tell you, I was shooting it, and there were some awesome groups, and I'm like, I think our gang might be in trouble here. And then they just. The farmers are coming up next, and the whole place, each blue place has like a section of fans per group, right? The whole place went nuts just saying you guys they're coming up. And I'm like,
good start.
And then they went, and the place went bananas. And I'm like, oh, they're going to win this thing. They're going to win this thing. And they did. They won the whole thing. So yeah, you guys got to defend your crown here, right?
Yeah, so it is a great event for a great cause. Puzzle Pieces there in Owensboro. Mm-hmm. It's a great organization, and that's one of the things that I'm hoping that we can defend that title in the future. So we're going to take a year off, and then we'll see if we pick it back up next year.
I understand.
But it is. You got to kind of give the old bones a break a little bit. So
yeah.
So anyway, it's very exciting. That's the thing too. Probably half that crew that did that event were Farm Bureau members on the board, actively on the board, and the rest are Farm Bureau members that are just active in the community.
Right.
That's the thing that's great is we have a very supportive community, but our farmers are just as supportive of those type of causes as well that are on the urban side of things. So it's really a good opportunity for us to kind of showcase that support for that type of organization, because that's just one of many. But that one was very special, and it was a lot of fun. And so hopefully that's something that we'll pick back up in the future for sure.
Excellent.
All right. Well, we cannot thank you enough. I know this has been weird timing and random noises and random people walking by and waving and all the things, but that's the fun part of recording live at events. So annual meeting is fun, but we are so excited to see you at the next annual meeting, which will be in January in California, to see you represent Kentucky. So good luck, and thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for having me.
Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, Brandon, and thank you, listeners. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast and listen to some of the older episodes. And we'll see you next time on Let's Get Rural.